You're watching Football Daily, and here are this week's hottest transfer rumours and headlines. With less than a week remaining of the window, the news is coming thick and fast, so we've got a tasty episode lined up for you today. Let's get straight into it. We begin at Tottenham, whose defence has been the subject of much speculation this week. They may have strengthened in the fullback positions with the signings of Matt Doherty and Sergio Reguilon, but the North Londoners still look pretty thin at centre-back following Jan Vertonghen's departure this summer. Right now, Jose Mourinho has just Eric Dyer, Edinson Sanchez and Toby Alderweireld to choose from, with Japhet Tanganga injured and Juan Foyth potentially leaving for Valencia or Fulham. So Spurs are on the hunt for a new centre-half, with Inter's Milan Skriniar their prime target. The Slovakian star has previously been linked with moves to Man City and Real Madrid, and the Nerazzurri value him at €60 million, with Fabrizio Romano reporting the club could also be partial to a €50 million plus add-ons deal. But as things stand, Tottenham are falling way short of that, having indicated they are willing to spend between €30 and €35 million to land the 25-year-old. No formal offer has been tabled yet, but one is expected this week, and if they fail in their pursuit of Skriniar, they've already located a backup in Chelsea's Antonio Rudiger. According to Sky Sports, the German centre-back could be the subject of a move before deadline day, having fallen down the pecking order at Chelsea following the signing of Thiago Silva, with the Brazilian plus Zuma, Christensen and Tomori all preferred by manager Frank Lampard. It's no wonder the 27-year-old is considering his options, with game time a big priority with the Euros coming up next summer. However, this would be a pretty unusual move. No player has signed for Spurs from the Blues since Carlo Cudicini all the way back in 2009. Sticking at Stamford Bridge for now, as after a difficult start to the season, Ruben Loftus-Cheek could be leaving West London on loan. The English midfielder struggled in the club's opening day win over Brighton and hasn't featured in the league since, and following the weekend's action, Frank Lampard suggested a temporary switch may be what's best for him. Loftus-Cheek spent the majority of last season recovering from injury, and Lampard believes he is good enough to compete in the Chelsea squad, but is also keen for him to play regularly, which will be tough considering the competition he now faces in the midfield and attacking areas. Aston Villa had previously been linked with the 24-year-old, but after they signed his teammate Ross Barkley on loan, his hopes now lie with West Ham. Meanwhile, speculation is growing over the future of Marcos Alonso after the Spanish left-back fell foul of Lampard on the weekend. After being subbed off at half-time of his side's 3-3 draw with West Brom, Alonso went straight to the team coach instead of joining his teammates in the stand, something which his manager unsurprisingly took issue with. And a report in The Athletic this week revealed that Lampard gave him a dressing down in the changing room after the match, with some players apparently saying it was the angriest they'd ever seen him, and that they'd be surprised if Alonso played for the club again. Juventus and Inter have both been linked with the 29-year-old this summer, but unless Chelsea can find a buyer quickly, it could be a long old season for the Spaniard. Before we move on to our headline story, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Football Daily and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. We put out videos like this every single day, so you really don't want to miss out. It's the saga everyone's sick of, including Man United fans at this stage, but with deadline day just around the corner, there's no chance the Jadon Sancho story is leaving our screens just yet. The general feeling at Borussia Dortmund is that the English winger will stay in Germany this season, with captain Marco Reus confirming it with Sky Germany yesterday. But that hasn't stopped United making a final play for their top target. On Tuesday evening, Sky Sports reported that the Red Devils had an offer worth €100 million rejected. Dortmund continued to hold firm with their €120 million valuation, while the English club's preference for a more structured deal with performance-related add-ons has so far done little to persuade the BVB hierarchy. However, multiple journalists confirmed the two parties remain in negotiations. According to The Times, there is a 50-50 chance that a deal for Sancho will happen, and that another bid is expected in the coming days, with the 20-year-old also willing to wait until next summer to move to Old Trafford. However, there will no doubt be more competition for his signature come 2021, while United have a history of giving in to big asking prices at the last minute, so we're not making any bets just yet. Meanwhile, The Telegraph have reported the club have made an inquiry into Watford's Ismaila Sarr, who is generally considered as the most viable alternative to Sancho and has also been linked with Liverpool this window. The 22-year-old, who joined the Hornets last summer from Rennes, would cost a fraction the price of Sancho, valued at £40 million by his club. And with the domestic transfer window not closing until October the 16th, United would have a bit more time to negotiate. However, this would mean they couldn't include Sarr in their squad for the Champions League. Fabrizio Romano also confirmed that United were looking at taking Barcelona's Ousmane Dembele on loan, while outlets in Spain have suggested a €60 million permanent switch for the 23-year-old could happen. However, the French winger has been reluctant to leave the camp now so far this summer, even with interest from Juve and Liverpool, so this seems a little far-fetched for now. Gianluca Di Marzio has also claimed that United are in talks with free agent Edinson Cavani, as well as Real Madrid over a possible move for Luka Jovic, as the club looks to bolster at centre-forward as well. But what do you reckon? Should United persist in their hunts for Sancho, or should they give up now and go full-on for an alternative? Let us know in the comments below. And after Andreas Pereira's loan switch to Lazio, we could see yet another United player move to Serie A before the deadline. According to Sky Sports in Italy, AC Milan have made contact with the club about Diogo Dalot, with the Rossoneri reportedly wanting the Portuguese right-back on loan. United are more likely to accept a permanent move for the 21-year-old, who has fallen out of favour at Old Trafford. Since signing from Porto for £19 million in 2018, Dalot has made just 34 appearances for the club and played just once after the June restart, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now preferring Timothy Fosu-Mensah as backup to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, while Brandon Williams can also deputise on the right. In short, it looks like Dalot's United career is heading for a premature end, especially if the club can complete a deal for Alex Telles this week. But the youngster has shown glimpses of his talent over the last 2 years and could certainly be an asset to a Milan side on the up in 2020 as they look to create competition for 23-year-old David Calabria. However, with the Italian giants already signing Pierre Kalulu from Lyon this summer, whether they desperately need another right-back is another matter, which is probably why they're favouring a loan option for Dalot. Now to Bayern Munich, who, having been frustrated in their attempts to sign Ajax's Serginho Dest and Norwich City's Max Aarons, could turn their attention to another young right-back before the window shuts. According to German channel Sport 1, the Bundesliga champions are ready to move for Brighton's Tariq Lamptey, whose excellent performances in the Premier League this summer have apparently caused a stir in Bavaria. Lamptey, who only joined the Seagulls from Chelsea in January, has carried his post-restart form into the new campaign, registering an assist and winning 2 penalties in 3 appearances, and it's understood Bayern have already been in contact with his representatives. However, getting him out of Brighton is easier said than done, with the English club valuing the 19-year-old at over €25 million and Bayern more likely to offer around $15 million. Furthermore, the youngster may not fancy playing back up to Benjamin Pavard at the Allianz, given how quickly he is developing as a regular starter in the Premier League. We can't see this deal happening this window, but we have no doubt that come next summer, a number of top European sides will be after Lamptey. So that's all we have time for on this week's edition of Transfer Talk. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave it a like and of course subscribe to Football Daily and tell all your mates. If you're sticking around, why not click on the video on screen right now? Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.